wear my Giants blue.
Yeah, I'm not wearing anything really. So let's see. Does it have us logged in?
Can the Giants trade back and still land Isaiah Simmons?
Mm-hmm. It's cycling through all the channels. I think we're going on.
No, we're good. I got us right now. We're good.
On YouTube?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, there we go. Boom. Why is it saying that? That's not the title.
Am I sending the wrong one to people?
Can the Giant? Why is that the title?
Am I sending the wrong one to people? Someone said, "Hey, what up, L.I. Yankee King?" Is it the wrong one? Am I sending to people or what?
No, that's the right one, but that's not the title. I don't know what.
Well, it is now. So.
How do you change the title on this?
What's up, Giants Nation? It is the night before the draft. Is it Christmas Eve or is it like the night before D-Day? Like, how are we feeling as Giants fans right now?
Oh my God, it is.
We just had technical issues. You know, I'm a millennial. I don't know. I'm not going to ask how old you are, but two people of the late Gen XY kind of thing had technical issues. I'm very nervous, more so than I was already, for Dave Gettleman tomorrow night. You're all upset about the title. Let it go. Did you ever see Indiana Jones 3?
I'm fuming.
Indiana. Let it go.
Sorry, let's start. We started off with Zoom. We went.
Yo, hold up.
Skype. We went to.
Send me the damn chat room thing so I can see people other than having to check my YouTube all the time.
Oh my God.
I'll just check it here. Yo, oh man, it's almost time. Look at these people. They love it. I'm irritated. Tim, I know, man. Tim, I love you. I'm doing this. I'll pour out some water for my boy Tim. Oh, where's he from? He's from one of the Carolinas.
North Carolina, right?
Whatever they drink there. Moonshine. Anything but a defensive tackle. I'm happy. Well, Hitman, Hart. I wouldn't bet on it. But we're going to get to all that stuff today.
Poor Tim.
Protect Danny Dimes. Yeah, right. Miles, Garrett, Nick Bosa, Shaq Barrett. Well, Garrett we don't have to deal with, but
there's the chat.
Oh, this year we have to deal with.
All right, everyone. Thank you for sticking with us. We wanted to come on promptly at 10 o'clock. I thought we were actually going to get on earlier. We were setting everything up for tomorrow. Everyone tells me Zoom, and it couldn't be streamed out to everyone, which really, pisses me off.
Zoom.
Now we are here live. Everyone is how's everyone doing? How's that? Did you see my shades of Eli my phases of Eli Manning today? Well,
no, I didn't see it. But
you did not.
Nah, man. Where's Captain Negative?
He was going to come on, but then Leonard Williams destroyed him. And he tried to fall asleep in such anger.
Left tackle at number 4. All right, so we got to get right into this thing. I got my mock draft good to go. Do you have a mock draft good to go?
Mm-hmm.
You do. Would you trade a 2021 first-round pick? I can't do questions right now. Good, I'm working every day. So grateful. Glad you guys are all doing well. You with me, Marco?
I am here.
All right, man. Let's do late rumors that are happening. My boy Jack, who I'm always bigging up on this thing, just told me that he's hearing some chatter that the Jaguars are supposedly looking to trade up and the Giants are supposedly looking to trade back. And I think we kind of all know that there's a lot going on there when it comes to Jaguars, when it comes to who we might be potentially interested in. So what do you think about that?
I was I was all Team Yannick, like
Was?
gun ho.
Yeah.
Until he started chirping at the owner. Then it was like, ugh.
Dude, do you care? Do you
I
care
don't
that
know.
Black
Do
shot
we?
himself? We have a Super Bowl. Then again, they would have won the Super Bowl in 2008 and been a dynasty if he didn't shoot himself.
Yep.
But Stanley Albert Jr. is excited as AF, rather. Excited AF. So let's go. Is this the year we draft an elite linebacker? So let's get to it. Tomorrow is draft day. I am still scarred from last year. It was a year ago today that I sat here
quarantine
thinking,
hair.
You?
Yeah.
You look like Pat Shurmur with with facial hair. It was a year ago.
It out?
It was a year ago. I don't think you can grow it out. It was a year ago tonight that I thought to myself, there's no way Josh Allen is dropping to the Giants. There's no way Josh Allen's dropping to the Giants. Who are we going to pick? Maybe Haskins, but I think we're probably going to go with an offensive tackle. Maybe like Montez Sweat. That's what I was thinking. And then Josh Allen dropped to the Giants.
And you were like, oh.
And they didn't take him. And I dropped my phone and I sat in silence for about 2 weeks. I didn't talk. And I'm still very scarred by that. I'm scarred by that to the point where, all right, did you hear that?
Yeah.
That means it's time for, I'm just kidding. That's my Amazon Fresh delivery.
Can we do it?
Hey, this is quarantine time, man.
Can we do an unboxing?
No.
I want to see the carrots. I want to see peas. What else are you getting? Question: who do you want for the pick by Everald Clemens Jr.? I am of the thought that we trade down. I think you could trade down and still get Isaiah Simmons if you're staying within the 8 range. Oh, unboxing time! Let me see some carrots. I want to see those.
The struggle is real. That's my only delivery window I could get was 11 o'clock to get my food delivered. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm living in Midtown Manhattan. You walk outside. The only people left in the street right now are the idiots with no masks and gloves on and just drug dealers and people. So it's like you try not to get out there. But anyway, he'll probably just drop it at the door. No unboxings. Anyway, it was a year ago today that I was excited, and I am so gun shy, Marco. I almost don't want Chase Young to drop to 4. Because if he dropped to 4, I think there's a chance that
they're not going to take
Gettleman's not going to take him, and I just won't be able to finish the sentence. I can't.
Oh,
I don't even want, because I think Gettleman is. This is the last time I'll mention Chase Young. I think Gettleman is so set in his ways that right now he's like, okay, I am taking this person, and if that happens, I will take this person. And then if some like curveball got thrown his way,
can't deal.
I feel like he would just like, stick to the plan. Honestly. If Chase Young drops to the Giants, I think it's a 50-50 they take him. And it's a 50-50 get him. He goes, no, I got to do this. I got to do that.
Wait, in the beginning of the...
That's what I got. Hold on one second. Thank you. Have a great night.
So polite.
Hey, you know.
Beginning of the offseason, when I said there's a possibility that Washington will trade down, no, definitely not. Not going to happen. No way. And now...
Who, me?
Yes, you.
They're not, no.
You.
They're not going to what? They're not going to trade.
I see a bunch of Washington trading down rumors. A lot.
Here's the issue with them not taking Chase Young. You ready for this? There's a better chance they take a quarterback than that they trade the pick, in my opinion. It is, what's his face? Oh man, I'm so lost right now.
Tua?
No, the coach, Washington.
Ron.
Yeah, I got you. Rivera, right? It is Ron Rivera's first year as their coach. Is he their active GM? Do they have a GM right now?
I think it's in limbo. I think GM.
If he takes Chase Young and the pick doesn't pan out for some reason, no one's going to blame him. Nobody. If he trades away the pick and the people he takes in the trade don't work out and Chase Young becomes a Hall of Famer, it'll always be on his resume. He'll always be scarred for not doing that. People rip on the Giants for passing on Eric Flowers for Todd Gurley. This would be for passing on, Todd Gurley for Eric Flowers. This would be a much more highlighted example than that. So I think the only way he wouldn't take Chase Young is if he thought that there's a quarterback there, that they surprise you, that they take Tua or something like that. But enough of that. Number 3, we're going to go through the whole draft today. Number 3 is very intriguing to me. The Patriots are somebody that I think could be in play for a big-time quarterback. We'll get to that.
We didn't even do 1.
Well, what do you think about number 1?
Burrow, done.
Burrow, but not necessarily. You never know. You really don't ever know. Because, look, last year, 2 years ago, number 1 was Darnold. Till that morning, it came out it was going to be Baker Mayfield. Right? You never know.
2 years ago.
Look, Tua could go 1. You never know. Chase Young could go 1. It's not going to happen probably, but it's a possibility,
right?
I would say. But let's say Burrow 1 for all intents and purposes.
That's the safest.
Safest bet. Absolutely.
Not to screw up everyone's mock.
Absolutely. Number 2, I would say Chase Young.
I would say Chase Young too.
What do you say for number 3?
I think they trade down.
Yeah, with who?
Chargers maybe.
To leapfrog Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And who do the Chargers take?
I think the Chargers go Tua.
You think the Chargers go Tua? Would you take Tua?
No.
So and I said to my dad, he said no. And I said to someone else, I said, would you? They said no. Yet everyone thinks they're going to do it. That's the thing that's getting me. Everyone that I talk to says they would not risk taking Tua because of the injuries. Yet everybody says, but I think they'll do it. So then why? It's still a human being making that decision.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have different reasons than we do. They have monetary reasons. They have jerseys. They have a new stadium. I get that.
Because I've never met him. I've never seen him up personal. He's never impressed me. I've never seen him throw live and been like, you know what, this guy doesn't look injured to me. I think he's going to roll.
I mean, all he's released since the injury is a tape of him taking 2-step drops and throwing left and right?
They look good, though.
But so I don't know. If Detroit has to take that pick, what do you think they do, let's say, at 3? If Detroit decides, if no one wants to jump there.
I think it's probably going to be Okudah. Maybe Simmons.
Interesting. Simmons is an interesting one here.
I think it's one of those two. But for our purposes, I would pencil them in for Okudah.
All right.
What are you thinking next?
Well, I never told you what I thought about Detroit.
We're in agreement.
We're not.
We always are in agreement.
What are you looking at right now? Are you looking at comments? Detroit takes Simmons. You know what I think?
Mm-hmm.
Tim, what are you reading? A magazine? I mean, Tim, Jesus, Mark, I was reading Tim's comments.
You got Tim on the mind?
I have a feeling. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go Derek Brown, number 3.
No, that's what the Giants are taking.
No, I got to go Derek Brown, number 3. I don't know, man. There's been one corner taken in the top 3 in the last 20 years, 25 years. It's just a tough position. I know the way the game goes, you're getting more and more corners in the first. I get that. But if there's like 3 premier defensive tackles and like 6 or 7 stud corners, right? Let me know if the noise gets too loud, by the way. Do you hear any crumpling behind me at all?
No, that's fine.
We're good. That's my my lovely friend going through the groceries for me. Yeah, I think maybe Derek Brown goes there just because of the nature of the position. And I guess Okudah didn't have a great combine, did he?
No, not the best. He has great tape, though.
I'm going to say Derek Brown goes 3. And then who picks 4?
I don't know.
Yeah. What do you got, man? What do you got? What are they doing? Let's say it on 3. Let's say it on 3. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Works. Right letter. You got the right letter.
Wills, you got the first two letters, the right last letter. Wills, huh? Hit me with it. Why?
Already connection with Nick Saban. They've already been talking about him. They've seen him multiple times. Gotta trust. It seems like Joe Judge is trust your friends type of coach. So I think it's him. I think all the offensive linemen are basically interchangeable.
They're
They're
not.
both. I like maybe not Becton because he's a little bit more raw, but the other three guys are solid.
They're all solid. I got a little turned off by Wills's Wonderlic test. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah, it wasn't too good, right?
I mean, what did he score? Like a 10 out of 50 or something like that?
There was another Wonderlic that I was like, it was an 8, I think.
Well, the worst ever. I remember, like, I think Geno Smith did bad. I know Vince Young did bad. Hello.
My daughter's walking in. What are you doing, girl?
Hi. She gonna hit us with some. Who she think they're taking? She got some inside info on the playground.
Who the Giants gonna draft? She doesn't know.
No.
No.
One Direction. Or no, what's the other one everyone likes?
She's not a One Direction.
She's a K-pop group.
The K-pop.
Anyway, so that test just scares me, man. Because I heard as it is that he goes off sides a lot, and he's like he already had a reputation of not being that bright, and then you see on paper that he can like barely, I don't know, man. You don't need that. You just don't need that. He paints his whole face. He's got his hair all crazy. I just don't know, man. I think I trust a couple people, a couple outlets, and a lot of the top people that I trust are just saying works that it's the Iowa program. He had the best combine, I mean, arguably that any offensive lineman's had in years, setting records for agility, things like that. Now, Thomas is my boy. Andrew Thomas is the one that I would like to have. I think he's the best right now, and I trust that he's going to work his ass off to get even better. But so you think that, but either way, we think they're going offensive tackle.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about that?
Let me kick my kids out of here. Hold on.
All right, do your thing.
Can you get out of here, you two?
He got a 9 and retook it and got a 23. Is that true? He got a 9 on the Wonderlic. Jack, Wirfs came out today and said the Giants have showed him the most interest. Thank you, Jack. Thomas is my favorite personally. He went offsides twice. Saban was going crazy, but yelling at the center because he was mishandling the silent count. Interesting. Yeah, people are giving us good insights. People are hungry for draft stuff tonight. We got he got a 9 on the Wonderlic and then supposedly retook it and got a 23.
Oh, cheating?
I don't know. And then, him and Mekhi Becton were hanging out and Zach Bond, and they all came out stronger and faster. Someone said Tua got a 13. I don't know if that's a joke or if it's just because number's 13. But that wouldn't be good. Wonderlic is a joke. Wonderlic is a joke. I don't know about that because, like I said, Vince Young had all the talent in the world, and he got a Wonderlic test, and it was awful, one of the worst ever. And he was out of the league pretty much. I mean, it didn't work out too well. Same with Geno Smith. Now, maybe quarterback is a different beast. I get that. Now they're saying he went offsides twice. In 2018 championship game, Wills went offsides twice, and Saban was going crazy. I mean, I just don't need that. I don't need that. Just give me Wirfs or Thomas, and I'm happy. I don't want Wills. And he's a little thin for me, too. A little tall and thin. His tape is pretty good. I don't need the mental errors, Marco.
Because he was mishandling the silent count.
I don't need the I don't need the headaches. I just don't need that offsides crap. The Giants, I just don't want that.
I don't want that either.
I
want a smart football team.
And they have one. Now, so I don't know. I'm going to say Wirfs. I'm hoping for Wirfs or Thomas. I feel better about those guys. Now, what do you have going on at 5?
5 is, I'm going to my mock draft. So who do we have off the board now?
Well, I have Miami taking Justin Herbert as the first quarterback off the board. I did a no trade back. So I have the order as it is. I got Justin Herbert going to Miami. I'm hearing a lot of late interest from them. Someone said that Tristan Wirfs said the Giants had expressed the most interest in him of any team. Who do you have at 5 with Miami?
Then I have them going. Man, Herbert.
Well, you already have Tua going number 3 to San Diego.
No, I thought we went Brown. Are we combining our mocks?
No.
Oh no! Oh,
we're not combining. We're just comparing.
I thought we were doing one together.
No, we're comparing. We gotta have debate.
I thought we were gonna be simpatico over here.
No, I got Burrow, Young, Brown,
Herbert,
and Herbert to Miami.
Yes.
Okay, we both have that at 5. The issue is you have him as the number 2 quarterback off the board, and number 3 quarterback off the board. I have him as the number 2 quarterback off the board. But this assumes no trades. I'm not so certain with Tua. I just don't know because of the injury. I think there's a chance he could fall. There's a chance he could fall to the Patriots at 23. Mm-hmm. There really is. If people just don't want to take the risk on him, he could go as high as 1. He could go as low as 2nd round. I think I said that already. But I, for right now, have Burrow, Young, Brown, Wirfs, Herbert to Miami, Tua to Los Angeles, and then who do you have the Lions taking in the trade back at 6?
With the Lions are now at 6 and back, so I would go Simmons for them.
Is this mock about what the teams will do or what you guys would do? This is what we think the teams are actually going to do. Who do you have 6?
I think they go Simmons then.
To Detroit. Right?
We didn't take him.
To Detroit, you're saying?
Yeah.
7, who do you have Carolina? I have them taking Okudah.
See, now everything's messed up because...
Why? Why is everything messed up? Just read your draft.
My draft is incomplete.
Oh, you're building it now?
I thought we were going to do it.
No, we never discussed this. I asked you, do you have a mock draft prepared for tonight? You said yes.
Mean what? I
mean what? You have the page.
Is your app ready to go? Yes, that's why I've been looking down.
All right, so let's do it then. You tell. We'll do it. I'll slow down.
So I think they go Brown.
Okay, that's fair. Are we caught up now at this point?
Yes.
Okay. At number 8, I have the Cardinals taking an offensive tackle. I have them taking Wills. You have Wills off the board. Do you have them taking Wirfs?
Correct.
There we go. Now we got some traction. Number 9, the Jacksonville Jaguars, who, if you're just joining us, I'm hearing some rumors from my boy Jack, are looking to trade up with the Giants, which pegs this question. Would you trade right now the 4 and the 9 for Yannick? The 4 for the 9 and Yannick?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get a top 3 or 4 tackle plus what would be probably the second best pass rush. It would be the equivalent of like if someone said to you right now, you could get this.
But I don't know how you can. I don't know how
Andrew Thomas and Zach Bond. Would you do that? Yeah, that's what it's like saying Andrew Thomas and Yannick, basically.
But yeah, but I don't know how they're going to do that.
If they're looking to dish him, and Jacksonville wants a quarterback,
are you going to cut? Are you going to cut Williams? You're going to have to sign him. There's no money on the cap now. We broke.
Why you always got to take my steam and bring it into this reality?
Bringing you to reality.
If somebody out there can explain to me,
well, why are you the way you are?
Someone explain to me right now. I'm on the train of offensive tackle. Let's talk about Andrew Thomas a little bit. All right, you got a visitor.
Yeah, my son, who broke his collarbone today. So it's been a madhouse here.
Just now?
Earlier, like 5 o'clock.
If only his dad worked in healthcare.
Yeah, I know, right? Tell the stream that I said hi. He says hello, everyone. All right, who we picking?
Well, a lot of options.
What?
At number 4, I think, well, definitely an offensive lineman, but maybe off Isaiah Simmons.
So he's torn.
Definitely an offensive lineman, but maybe Isaiah Simmons. I mean,
Yeah.
I love the way that was put.
Well, I don't know.
I'm just
He's not the
kidding, dude. I
GM. He
love
doesn't know.
it. Well, then it can't be definitely. What would you do if you were the GM? Hey, where'd he go?
He's
What would you
play-
do?
He's running to play 2K.
2K, do your thing. But feel better.
Yeah, they say feel better, Jay.
Someone explain to me how we could get Yannick on the team. Does it have to be cutting Leonard Williams? Because we're not going to do that because what's his face is too much pride to do that, right? Get him.
Yeah, he would have been cut already.
Solder.
If they cut Solder, yeah, the money would probably work out.
Cut
You would
Solder. Cut
and you have
Solder. Sign Thomas.
Thomas.
Bring on Yannick, and you have a number 2 pick. Boom. 6
really-
wins right there next year.
you think Gettleman's really going to cut him?
I don't think Gettleman is. I think
On
Gettleman's going to
on
draft.
a personal level, his son's going through cancer. Gettleman is a cancer survivor, and you're gonna cut him just like that?
You're going to make me look like a dick if I say yes now. Dude.
Let me set you up for that. Hold on, throw it out there.
Dude, no, cut Solder doesn't work. Why? This person said cutting Soldier doesn't work. I don't know if cutting Solder works. Come on, people, you're better than that. Listen.
No, what's up? What? Oh my God! With the millions of
Wait, okay, so I was like, I remembered, we might take a
Jedrick Wills. See, Jedrick Wills. He changed it.
You got him well. You got him trained well there. Cameron Fleming is starting material. Cutting Solder only for $3 million in the cap. I don't know. I need my boy Jack to explain this to me. He understands the cap better than I do.
Bring back Jake Carlock. Yeah, why do they cut him anyway? That's from Carol. Hi, Carol.
Hey, Carol.
The audience that is a female.
Who do you have? Oh, we got ladies love this pod. Who do you have? My mom was going to listen, but we got on too late. Who do you have at number 9?
I don't even know who's drafting number 9.
It's Jacksonville. I have them taking C.J. Henderson, cornerback, number 2.
Second cornerback off the ball. I would agree with that.
And then I got Simmons dropping a 10 to the Browns. I know he seems like too much of a talent, but I don't know that I see a clear – there's not a team – it depends who wants to break from the needs, right? Because there's really – since he needs the QB, the Redskins are definitely going to take Chase Young. The Detroit could take Simmons, yes. Other than that, I don't think the Giants will. I don't think Miami will. I don't think San Diego will. Carolina could. I don't think Jacksonville or the Cardinals would. So there's only like 2 possible landing spots for him in the top 9, 2 or 3, and they're not like clear-cut examples. To me, the first clear-cut example of a team that needs linebacker and safety help is the Browns. They like those big-ticket kind of guys. He won't go past them, but I don't know. Again, you know what? The best mock drafter last year out of 32 picks, do you know how many they got right?
Less than 15, definitely.
12.
Yeah.
So that means no matter what we say tonight, I could say something ridiculous. Simmons is going to go number 26. You'd be like, what? But, like, we're going to be really wrong on all these picks that we think are right.
Apparently, also, I saw that, was it Adam Schefter was reporting when all the insiders are like, the draft isn't going the way everyone's predicting.
Well, right, because there's no, like, homogenization, right? Because there's no group think because there's no one in a group. Mm-hmm. So they're all by themselves. So Gettleman right now is probably getting ready to draft a long snapper from the University of Phoenix online.
Yeah, DT 4 days. He's going defensive tackle. It's just going to be his nature.
Right. Oh, so let me talk a little bit. Okay.
Ned sent me NFL mock database, the web's most comprehensive NFL mock draft experience. So I'm gonna pop this in and see how it is.
Are people going to see this, or are they still going to see us? Because sometimes you put things on the screen that I'm not aware are happening.
They're looking at our pretty faces.
All right, I want to give everybody a little lesson out there. I did some research, Marco. Can you keep an ear on me here? I think you're going to enjoy this. I did some research as to how many of each position get drafted per draft in the past 5 years. Everybody out there, I want to hear from you. What position do you think gets drafted the most in the first round by position? I'm not going to answer until I get some answers from you guys. Marco, what do you think the answer to that is?
Defensive end.
Over the past 5 years, what position gets drafted the most in the first 5 rounds? You think it's D end? And the first, excuse me, not in the first round. The first round of the draft over the past 5 years, what position gets drafted the most? You're going D end?
D end.
I want to get some answers here first. Corner, LOL. Corner, wide receiver. Everyone's saying corner. DE, corners. All right, here we go. OL. Over the past 5 years, according to my calculations, it's a tie. It's a tie between two, between corner and defensive end. Now, I should stress that defensive end, it's a little wishy-washy with D end and DT and outside linebacker and edge. But the way I broke it down, 3.6% of your first round picks are corners. 3.6% of your first rounders are D ends. What is the second most, I guess I should say third most prevalent position taken in the first round?
First round?
Yes. In the past 5 years.
Quarterback?
What do we got? People are now saying tackle, corner. It's a tie.
Usually 3 or 4 taken.
It's a tie between offensive tackle and wide receiver.
I said
all very close, 3.4, 3.4. And then there's another tie between 2 and then a huge drop-off. So what are the next 2 that are tied for most prevalent in the first round over the past 5 years?
Corner and tight end.
Corner was tied for 1.
Quarterback and tight end.
Quarter?
Yeah, QB.
Quarterback is tied
with tight end.
Think about Gettleman.
Defensive tackle?
Interior defensive line and quarterback. So to go from the top again, 3.6 are corners and 3.6 are DNs. 3.4 are tackles. 3.4 are wide receivers. 3.2 are IDLs and 3.2 are quarterbacks. Then there's a big drop off to outside linebacker, safety, little drop off inside linebacker, and then it gradually goes down running back, tight end, 1.2 guards, and exactly one center per first round. So it's amazing to look at how the game has changed probably because your last 5 years, look at all those that are up top. Corner, that's about the passing game. DM, that's about the passing game. OT is about the passing game. Wide receiver is about the passing game. IDL and quarterback are also kind of, it's about pass rush and passing game.
It doesn't make sense.
What?
It should be running back, defensive tackle.
Gettleman is not living in these past 5 years. Gettleman is not living in these past 5 years. Gettleman will increase the long snapper rate this year for the first round. He's supposed to trade up for 2 long snappers, and I heard one of them is from an online university. So I'm very excited to see what happens.
Hey, you mock, but that online university is humming right now, okay?
It's true. It's hard. All right. Speaking of mock, where are you at now with your next? Where are we at with the next?
Where are we? We're at the Jets?
No, Cleveland. I have taking Isaiah. Who do you got Cleveland taking?
Thomas, probably.
Mm-hmm. Do the Jets go wide receiver or offensive tackle?
Wide receiver.
You think so?
Best wide receiver on the board.
What if? Right. The question is, do the Jets take the 4th, probably best O tackle, if there, or well, it depends. Thomas could slide and be a great pick for somebody at like 12. Mm-hmm. You think they go wide receiver?
Yeah.
Who do they go with?
Let's say Lamb.
Yeah. Judy's the best receiver in this class, man. I've never seen a highlight tape like his. I'm telling you guys out there right now. Judy's highlight tape
is one-handed punt returns. Come on.
Judy?
To the highlight. No, Odell.
Okay. What up?
His highlight films were ridiculous.
I'm talking about this year.
Oh, this year, yeah.
I have never. I've been watching football my whole life, and I've been
Hey,
watching.
listen. Gettleman says wide receiver class this year is thick like a nice defensive tackle. That's a, and you know thick defensive tackles.
I'm not even going to get into why that bottle of lotion was next to his computer in that photo. Now listen,
why did they do it to him?
Jerry, if you guys want to watch a highlight tape, I'm going to tell you which one to watch. You got to watch. Where is it here? Go to YouTube and watch Best of Jerry Jeudy career highlights from Hex Highlights, HEX. But I'm not just looking at his highlight tape. I actually watch the games and stuff. Jerry Jeudy makes cuts that I'm not saying he's the best I've ever seen. I'm not saying it's going to even amount to anything. I'm just saying I've never seen a man move like him before, where he's in the open field with 5 guys around him, and he looks like an and one mixtape where he does like a stutter step. It's like Iverson crossover type stuff, and then he starts and stops again, and guys are flying all over the place, and he just keeps running. It's very interesting to watch. The only guy I've ever seen gallop like that was like Gale Sayers back in the 50s and 60s. But it wasn't. It was more.
You watch a lot of Gale Sayers tape?
Yeah, I grew up with. I'm not like a late. This was my life from the time I was like 3 years old, dude. Football is big time for me. Okay. It's very, very interesting to say. And I wonder, he's either going to be a Hall of Famer or blow his knee out in like his second year, because cutting like that is just unreal. What else we got here?
I think they would either go Lamb or Jeudy. I said Lamb just to, mix it up a little bit, but
no, half the people think Lamb is.
I think they're both good.
Half the people think Lamb is better. I actually talked to Daniel Jeremiah on Twitter, and I asked him why he felt Lamb was a little bit better than Jeudy, and he said because of his run after the catch, which I just couldn't believe. I said to him, Judy's got the best jukes I've ever seen, and Jeudy ran a better 40 time than CeeDee Lamb, but apparently CeeDee Lamb breaks more tackles than Jerry Jeudy does. But people also point to the fact that in his conference, the defensive backs are a lot weaker. So you can't go wrong with either guy. And this is where you're going to see all the wide receivers go off the board. I have Lamb. What's up?
Because guess who's going to the Raiders?
Who?
Jeremy Jeudy.
Jeremy Jeudy? Is that Jerry Judy's brother?
Oh, Jerry Jeudy. Sorry.
Right. I got Lamb. Well, I got Thomas to the Jets, Lamb to the Raiders, Jeudy to the Niners, and then we can kind of go through these quickly. Most people probably don't care at this point. Becton to okay. So Tampa Bay. Now that they have Gronk and Brady, what do you think Tampa Bay is going to do?
What does Tampa Bay need? The whole Gronk thing. We didn't even bring that up.
I know. I think they got to go. Some people are saying get him like Isaiah, Henry Ruggs, get him some more weapons. But I don't think they need weapons. I think they need to protect that aging quarterback.
Yeah, well.
And they take Becton.
For me, the only one left is Becton. But Gronk, Mike Evans. What was the other one? Callaway? No, not Callaway.
Shannon Sharp said no college kid should be able to cut like that in regards to Jeudy. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Barkley had the best so far. Highlight tape, it's different, man. When you watch Saquon run, and I might get killed for this.
Here we go.
People say he reminds me of Barry Sanders. He's not like that at all. He's really not as left and right as people think. He's so thick. When you watch him, he doesn't really cut a ton. Don't send me like the ones where he does the one hard cut. He's kind of just like a ball of energy who just kind of goes and guys bounce off him. He's not like a super, super quick left and right. He kind of runs like Thurman Thomas, if you guys can remember, if any of you are old enough to remember Thurman Thomas. I think, and I love Saquon, and I think he has the potential to be a Hall of Famer, and his highlight tape was legit. But he's not shaking and baking as much as people think. He'll start and stop a little bit, and he'll kind of, guys will bounce off him. But he's not exactly as shifty, I don't think, as people think. And it's not a knock on him.
I think his frame is bigger than Barry Sanders was, though.
Than Barry Sanders or Thurman Thomas? Barry?
Then Barry.
Either. Yeah. Both of them, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Let me see.
Shake him. So
what are we talking about with Tampa Bay? What do you think they do? You think they pick a lineman? Or they go defense?
I think in this they go lineman.
what if the big four are off the board? Do you think they grab Josh Jones or Isaiah Wilson or something like that? Or because I still have Becton on the board for them.
I think it would be that. I don't think they would go. Are they going to start thinking about replacing JPP now? Is he getting to that type of that time of his career?
I don't know. That's up to you.
I still think they go. I think they want to keep Tom Brady upright. It's not like he's going to,
right,
escape out of the pocket or is a threat for that.
Yeah, I think I agree. I don't know what their center situation is, if they wanted to grab Ruiz or something. And you guys are giving us great feedback, by the way. And we'll just kind of, I think, Marco, you want to just skim through the rest of the draft a little bit and get back to the Giants?
Yeah, sure.
It's either the top 4 tackles or Henderson. He was shifty until Shermer told him to start running like a. No, I understand they told him to run up. Watch him juke. No, yeah, it's fair. It's fair what they're saying. But I still think when you look at his big runs, it has to do mostly with his speed and thigh size where he just breaks through. He has the ability to make moves, but he doesn't always necessarily. Although he had a huge, awesome spin move and some other cool stuff against the Panthers. But he's so heavy that I think it's more about the strength, believe it or not, and some of the change of direction than it is the quick little jukes. But just my opinion. Any other major points you want to hit for the rest of the draft? Any big predictions you have?
No, I will say that everything that we said will absolutely not happen.
The number one thing I've seen that most people predict outside of the top 5 or so is Clavon Chasson, however you pronounce his name, going to the Cowboys. Everyone's saying that. The outside linebacker / edge, whatever, from LSU. As if the Giants.
Let's see what this one had. What they pick. Hold on. What's his name?
Clavon Chasson.
That's exactly.
Is that who they gave him?
Yep.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. I don't have any safeties in the first round. McKinney maybe. But I think another interesting pick is going to be the Patriots and what they do. What do you think is going to happen with the Patriots? Do you think – because I would argue this is the most important year in Bill Belichick's entire
this one is so
career.
Interesting with the –
He's going to want to show – does he just say we have a backup? Does he just say, hey, we have no quarterback. I'm going to win 6 games. Nobody can blame me. Or is he going to want to be like, okay, Brady's obviously going to have a good year, we think. I have to show – that I'm legit, so therefore they're going to go quarterback hunting. And if they need a quarterback, are the Patriots really just going to sit there and let it come to them, or are they going to pull some shit? What do you got?
I think they're going to pull some shit.
Like what?
Be the dark horse to trade up?
I just have an idea that Tua is going to end up with the Patriots. I don't know why.
Maybe they like Herbert.
Gut feel. He won't last. Tua has a better shot at making it out of the top 5 than Herbert. The Patriots are going to select Daniel Jones. Cowboys picking Delpit. They could. 8 out of 32 first-round picks will be from the national championship. Clemson versus LSU could be. Giants moving up for Kinlaw. Very funny, I hope. Patriots are going to sit. Let me ask you this. Here's a guy that
they're going to sit and then hopefully address it.
But then do what?
Here? Do they go Cam?
Do they
go Jameis?
Do they sit and pick Jordan Love or another quarterback? You know who nobody's talking about? And I just kind of feel like I'm in the twilight zone a little bit with
Jordan Love?
No. Jalen Hurts. The guy's played and started for years. The guy's played at 2 huge programs against the best competition. The guy has had huge wins and big-time performances. And I was just looking up he's like 6'2", 215. He's got, I think, intangibles. And you look at him this past 2 years, well, I guess, okay, he was hurt or didn't play that much 2 years ago. But this past season, 14 games, he had a 70% completion percentage. He threw 32 touchdowns and 8 interceptions for a 192 passer rating, which I don't get that because I think your rating could only be up to 153. But anyway, 32 touchdowns to 8 picks for Oklahoma in one of the best teams in the country, playing against some of the hardest competition in the country. I know he had some weapons maybe, but
I mean, getting no love?
No love because of love. Some people are saying, I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked if the Patriots took Jalen Hurts. Because of a pedigree there. And they could probably get him without moving.
A lot of the chat thinks that the Patriots are going to sit tight.
And Stanley Albert Jr. just said something that I said to my friend a few hours ago. I said, I feel like Hurts is a bit of a combination between Dak Prescott and Russell Wilson. And that's exactly what he said right here. Hurts isn't NFL quality. In what way? If he put up really good numbers and won really big games in the best competition in college football for a couple of years, what makes him not pro material? Tell me. Lincoln Riley offense, Big 12 defenses. That's not his fault, though. Not everybody would kill it in that regard. So I don't know what the Patriots are going to do. They're an interesting pick to me.
A few of them saying that they're now cash strapped. Why? They just got rid of Gronk, though.
Their first-round picks are never that great.
Oh, they had no money, but now they had no money, but now they do. After the Gronk trade, so that freed up cap.
How is it a Gronk trade if he retired? I don't get this. Was he still on the team technically?
They still held on to his contract. So he had a 4-year deal and he retired. Say he had a 4-year deal, he retired on like year 2 of a 4-year deal. So they just the contract. I don't know if he gets paid throughout that.
All right, so let's get back.
Hold the rights to it.
Let's get back to the G-men here. Let me talk about this for a second, Mark.
Second round, what do you got?
I just want to explain something to people. To me, there are only 4 offensive players that I want to see the Giants potentially take that I think could really help this team. And it's the 4 offensive tackles. There are defensive...
You mean first round?
First round caliber. There are... of defensive players that I would like to see the Giants get in the first round or second round, let's say, is Chase Young, Isaiah Simmons, Zach Bond, Yetur Gross-Mato. What's up?
First round?
I'm just saying the guys that I'm really attracted to the Giants getting early somewhere in this draft. Guys that I think would be like a really good piece for this puzzle. I think on offense, it's the offensive tackles, and there's 4 of them. But on defense, you've got Simmons, and you've got Young, and you've got Bond, you've got YGM, I think Queen, I think Murray, Okuda, and I don't really want Okuda. I'll put that away. But my bottom line is there's like 6 guys on defense. I think you have a better chance if you take a defensive player, even though the defense needs help more than the offense. If you draft a D guy at 4, you are 100% missing out on all 4 of those offensive tackles. If you take a tackle at 4, not only are you guaranteed to get your number 1 offensive tackle, your absolute number 1 pick in the draft, but other than Young, but you at least have a shot of one of those guys. Bond, YGM.
I am so
Murray.
yawning like crazy.
You want to go?
Oh my god!
Big show.
Entertain me, because I need my beauty rest for tomorrow.
But I'm saying there's a chance that when I say YGM, I mean Yetur Gross-Mato, so I really like him a lot. He, Bond, Queen, Murray, there's at least a shot you can get one of them at 36. So that's why I think you take the tackle. And I'm hearing a lot, although they're putting up polls, so the Giants take offensive tackle or Simmons, thousands of votes, exactly 50-50.
50-50, I know.
If you take Simmons at
honestly,
4,
I go back and forth myself.
But what do you do at 36 then?
Center.
And then just no tackle? You take a tackle at 99?
The next GM will have to take a tackle.
and you waste another year of Saquon. You give Jones gets the fumbles again.
It's not the new GM's fault that they.
Not their fault, but you got to do what's best for the team. Don't you have to take a tackle in the first 2 rounds?
Listen, no, you always take a defensive tackle.
Dude, I would rather walk out of the first 2 rounds with even if you take a tackle with the first pick and all the D guys you like are gone at 36 and you want to take Cushenberry, who'll probably be there, or maybe even Ruiz. I'd rather walk, even though the defense needs the help, I'd rather walk out of the first 2 rounds with, let's say, Thomas and Cushenberry, or Wills and Ruiz, than Simmons and Ruiz or something, and just no tackle. You can't have what you had last year, where every time Jones went back to pass, Solder and whoever the hell was playing right side were just turnstiles.
Were they able to score points?
Yeah.
Were they able to stop people from scoring?
No.
There you go.
And you can win that argument all day. You're right with that, statistically.
Do they want to protect their investment?
Investments.
Well, Saquon's investments is already wasted.
Simmons has the highest ceiling of any player at our needs. If they go Simmons, trade up for Becton. With what capital?
Just to... well...
I mean, trade your 3rd and 4th pick and walk out of there with 2 picks in the top 20 and then no other picks until 155.
Trade your 4 7th-round picks and
move up for what, a 6th? Nobody gives a shit about 7th-round picks.
It's like a 7th. I don't want these strits. And myself, I've gone back and forth. Should they take on offensive tackle? Should they take Simmons? All day. All day. Then I watch the same damn highlights on YouTube, and I'm like, oh, I could basically go through like the narration of them.
Simmons is going to have a great highlight reel, but in the film room, they're going to see, I think, that he's not, he's a pretty good run defender, a very good pass defender, and a really solid play. Excuse me, a really solid player. But it's getting to the point where I see people are asking you on Instagram, if Chase Young drops to 4, do we take him or Isaiah Simmons? I don't know what people are thinking about Isaiah Simmons. They're at the.
How did I answer?
You said you were nice about it, and said
I try to be
ultimately Chase Young,
right.
But I don't think Simmons is that much better than Kenneth Murray, to be honest with you. Whereas Chase Young is just light years ahead of other people. So,
what about the linebacker that everyone keeps mocking to the? Why am I forgetting his name? To the Cowboys.
Who, Clavon Chaton?
Yeah, it's like the Keen Peele skit.
Yeah. Dude, don't go there. I happen to think he's a bit overrated. He's a guy that it's all talent, not a lot of production right now. He and Okwara, some people have them as like the 2nd and 3rd or 3rd and 4th edges. And for me, they're outside of my top 5 because as much athleticism as they have, I have to see the numbers. And if they're that athletic and they're that great, they should be dominating in college. If people talk about their system that they're in, Chason's probably a little bit better. If I'm pronouncing his name wrong, I apologize. But he supposedly is just this amazing athlete that people have a huge high ceiling for, but he just hasn't quite put it all together yet. But, his numbers are kind of pedestrian. So I think there's a lot of upside with him, but I don't necessarily know if you know what you're getting there. But some of these mocks that I'm doing, dude, if the Giants could trade back, though, how far would you be willing to trade back? Because if they could pick up an extra 3rd, I mean, you could potentially be talking about getting one of the big 4 offensive tackles, grabbing Bond if you got lucky in the 2nd round, and then grabbing Cushenberry or Nick Harris or Hennessy at center in the 3rd round. And all of a sudden, you've got pieces to this puzzle. How far would you be willing to trade back?
Not that far. Not that far at all. I want to say in the top 10, and
yeah,
that means you want to stay in the top 6. Although
It'll be very interesting.
I saw a mock draft with who sent it to me, Dane, and he had us trading back with the Raiders, and we had a whole host of like third-round picks.
I just got some breaking news here from my boy Jack. My boy Jack, and it's coming from Walter Football, who is a very trusted source, and this guy nails the mock draft every year, not to take business away from us. Breaking from the draft at Draft Campbell, the Raiders and Jaguars are close to a trade involving Yannick and a first-round pick.
The Raiders and the Jaguars.
It's never us with big news, is it? The only news we make is controversial draft picks that everybody rips on.
Yeah, I just saw it. Breaking draft capital. Oh, man.
So you didn't believe me, but then when you saw it...
I got to verify my sources.
Yeah, you verify your sources. So what do we think about that?
Yeah, people send me all...
Now, the Raiders have 12 and 19, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So what would that mean then? You wouldn't trade... I mean, we can't know what that is, but we can't know what the trade is, but...
Is that an update?
It is. Apparently, it's from the 19th pick. It's for the 19th pick. This is from Jack again. I tell you to follow him, but he has no Twitter presence. Apparently, it's for the 19th pick, but the Jags want 12. So would it be straight up, though, that Jacksonville just goes from 9 to 12, moves back 3 spots, and gets... No, I'm sorry. Wait, what? Oh, I'm an idiot. No. Jacksonville would stay where they are at 9.
I'm just listening.
And then, what's up?
I'm just listening to you. Jacksonville stays at 9? What? How do they trade then?
No, but hold up.
Yeah, I was at the tweet. Hold on.
CD Lamb. No. CD Lamb. I'm reading my own draft board here. It would mean that...
You're your own source?
Oh, but Oakland couldn't move up and get Yannick. I'm confused. Yannick for number 19 is supposed to be potentially what the deal is.
Yannick for the 19th pick. I'm scrolling through Twitter right now.
If you had the 19th pick, thank you, Jack, by the way. If you had the 19th pick, would you trade that for Yannick? He's 25. If your 19th pick turned out to be a Pro Bowl defensive end, I would do that if I were Oakland.
Mm-hmm. I would too.
What are the chances that your 19th pick, by the time he's 25 years old, is a perennial All-Pro defensive end? You know, less than 50-50.
Yeah.
So I think that makes sense for them, and then that would mean that so then Jacksonville would pick 9, 19, and 20.
They could load up.
Or they could trade up. They could use that to trade all the way up and get any freaking quarterback they want now if they have 3 first-round picks in the top 20. You could trade 19 and 20 easily and move up to Detroit or Washington.
3. You got to get to 3.
Right?
See 1 go to 1.
If you're Detroit, do you trade 3 for 19 and 20? So that's the problem. Is to now.
I'm greedy if I'm Detroit.
What?
Greedy if I'm Detroit.
That's true. Wow. That's interesting, man.
You better throw some 2s in there or something. Some 3s, some 2s.
Well, we'll see if this actually happens here.
You want to know good news?
Do you have it for me?
Yes, I was able to change.
Is it real?
Yes, I was able to change.
Dude, this is not real good news. You got me all excited, you ass. Dude, I thought you were going to have some...
What am I going to announce?
I don't know that Chase
me to-
Young says he's not going to play for anybody with the Giants.
Do you want me to here? You want people send me links all the time of their supposed sources and how they know who the Giants are going to pick. With a guy who has 18 followers on Twitter is now a source for the Giants. So you want me to read that? Those breaking news?
Sure. The Browns could be back in on the potential trade with Washington Redskins for Trent Williams.
That's something we should be going off.
What do you got?
We should be looking at Trent Williams. Try to make that happen. What's up with Jonathan Peters? He's still got some burn left in him.
All right. So do you think the Giants are going no tackle?
Yeah, and I don't know if that's the right move. I think they should trade down.
It's a boring move. We all know it's a boring move. I was talking to someone earlier, and they were like, it's kind of dull, like when you get to that pick and you're just taking your offensive lineman. But when you've taken a quarterback and a star running back the last 2 years, you need some kind of insurance on it. You need to do what you got to do. But like, let's say this though: would you be pissed if the Giants moved back and they got Andrew Thomas or they got Wills or they got Wirfs? Would you be if they traded back and got?
No, not at all.
What if it had to be Becton? What if you got Becton and you got like an early, like you got Becton and you got like number 60?
I think
so, like a late second.
I think they got robbed then. Becton is probably going like high teens, right?
I don't know, dude. I mean, like he's Daniel Jeremiah's tackle number 1, dude. Some people like him a lot. Like I don't know I think.
And what did he get pinched for? Was it weed or something like that, or perform?
I don't know. He failed a drug test. So between him failing a drug test and Will's not knowing how to spell his name, for what it's worth,
not knowing how to spell his name. How many points do you get for your name?
I think 9.5. So we'll see what happens, man. Are we coming on the air early tomorrow? What are we doing? The draft's at 8?
I'm going to try to get on early.
Why don't we try to hack into the NFL and just have our faces pop up next to Goodell's face on the broadcast? How's that sound?
So I'm going to try to do it Zoom. A bunch of people wanted to come on.
Yeah, I got some peeps too.
But for some odd reason, it wasn't letting me sharing it, but it's something that I could probably figure out by tomorrow.
All right, so I just saw a poll here. Got 1,800 votes. Patricia Traina. Okay, Giants fans. Alicia wrote, Gionta fans. Who's it going to be in the first round? OT, Simmons, or another position? I'll say OT. 63% say OT. 34% say Simmons. 3% say another position. That's who they think it's going to be, not who they want it to be necessarily.
Great. I just got a text. Hold on. Is this breaking news?
That was almost like the American Gladiators team. What do you got?
One final thing on the Dolphins-Detroit trade situation. I've been told by a person familiar with the Lions are thinking that they are making plans for having the number 5 overall selection tomorrow night.
Who?
It looks like the Detroit is planning as they are going to pick for number 5.
Makes no difference to them if they think the Giants are going offense. I mean, dude, if they want a Kuda or Brown, then they could trade back, no problem.
And that's from Armando. I have never heard of Armando.
Is he verified?
Yeah. They verify anyone now. It's amazing.
Hey.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Armando.
Armando Benitez?
Yes. NFL Insider at radio.com. And that was sent to me by my boy Ned, who is telling me we should use Discord.
Yo, Jack, he's trying to out newsflash me, so hit me with something else real quick. Wait, let me get back to the video so I can see if people
You
are
don't
asking
know about
questions.
Armando.
We're gonna go soon, so hit us up with any questions or whatever. Gettleman is stubborn. I agree. There's other linemen. Yeah, but there's kind of if you're going to pick at 4, you should love the guy you're picking. I think Josh Jones is the next big guy people are talking about. They're tanking for Trevor. Who's tanking for Trevor? Someone has to be a major believer in Tua. Detroit's making major plans to pick at 5. I hate this idiot Gettleman trader for Williams. That's funny. Marco loves the Williams trade.
My God.
Win for the Raiders. Oakland has 2 first-round picks already. That's true.
Stan, yes, we are going live.
Yeah. All right. So Trent Williams has followed Baker Mayfield, OBJ, and Landry on Instagram.
Why? Odell's not going to be on the team.
So looks like the offensive tackle we could have used and the edge defender we could have used have gone elsewhere.
Why does Gettleman suck so hard?
But then I'll have people tell me we couldn't handle him because of the money. Didn't we just have a lot of money? Here's something else. Let me ask you a question.
We had.
Are you with me? With me?
He sucks.
Are you with me? With me?
He sucks.
Ready?
That's
no,
the
look
answer.
at me. No, hold up. You with me?
Yes.
Okay. Gettleman says that you have to you get the best players in the draft, but you have to fill your needs through free agency. Our needs were edge defender and offensive tackle.
Didn't get one of those. No.
How many of them do we get in free agency? None. He got 17 linebackers and a corner. And not even one that can cover anybody. And I know you can't just pick and choose. There's only certain guys available, and I'm not a GM. It might be really, really hard. But the philosophy isn't lining up for me.
What was it last year that he said that you never want to be the person who's making the calls because the person who's making the calls doesn't have a point of leverage. And what is he doing this year? Making calls. He's just the worst.
Yeah, what do you think about linebacker, though, realistically? Like, I know some people are saying we need a coverage linebacker. You know, some people are saying, like, okay, besides the line and the edge, I'd love to get a guy like a Troy Dye or a Bocce or this other guy, Logan, Wilson, whatever. Do we need a cover linebacker? Do we have enough linebackers right now? Let's see what they do.
Well, old man added 5,500 mid-tier linebackers this offseason.
Right.
So,
you notice I'm getting a headache as we're talking about this thing.
I can't take him anymore, man.
Wait, hold up. So do you really think that that's a major – like, what is our number one – I know people don't like to talk needs. If you could snap your fingers right now and say, okay, this is fixed, what would it be? For me, it would be the O-line. Even though the offense scored points, it's such a porous O-line.
I know. And it's not to saying that same O-line is going to be intact for this year.
But you make a point, though, Marco. Whenever I talk O-line and you just talk about they scored, they had an average offense and a terrible defense. But then what about their defense would you really change? Their IDLs are fine. As I've said to you before, their secondary is just young. It just needs a year. Needs a year.
You need a defensive end, which we're not getting unless
Vaughn. Grace of God. That's going to be the most frustrating thing. Giants fans, other than Chase Young dropping to the Giants and Gettleman passing on him, the most frustrating thing, because that's going to happen, the most frustrating thing, is going to be after day one of those carrots that I want so bad. Vaughn, YGM,
Ruiz,
Murray, not even something on the defensive end. One of them is going to be dangling in there.
Crunch and
you're like, oh yeah, and you're hoping that no one realizes he's still on the board. And then, like, the Lions at 35 are going to take Zach Vaughn. And I'm just going to sit here as we draft another corner and be like, I can't. I just don't like – I know this is really old school. I just have, no time for corners and safeties. They're always running around like chickens with the head off. They're never as good as they're supposed to be. The Giants can't draft them. Ross, Prince Amukamara, Eli Apple. They can never draft them. Just put some guys out there who can play, who can run around. They're good athletes, and that's fine. Give me a pass rush. That's what I want.
I saw a great video. Was it?
Do you agree with me out there? Am I being an idiot? Just put average corners out there, but just give me a freaking pass rush. What'd you say?
I saw a great video where I think it was a Madden gameplay where the wide receiver totally puts the corner in his dirt and he breaks away and he misses the catch in the corner. It's like
that is so
funny. Dude. He's like every corner in the NFL. Everyone's hitting me up with tweets now.
Hold up.
Jay Glazer, ready? What do you think about Jay Glazer now? He's not your favorite.
Yeah. No, he's all good. What's he saying, though?
Falcons have been aggressive this week calling teams, including trying to get all the way up to number 2.
We've heard this. While you're out working, saving the world, we're all here taking in these tweets.
Yes. It is difficult to follow.
Oh, this is one.
While at work.
This is one that I just saw. Supposedly, Dave Gettleman said, I'm not going to tell you a position we're going to be drafting, but it rhymes with Schmeexpensive Schmackle.
Oh, does it?
Wow, that's what he said. Yeah, I don't know what that could mean. It's very cryptic of him.
So cryptic.
It's pretty cryptic. But... yeah, the Raiders have to get Yannick because they decided to go with Cleveland Ferrell at number 4 instead of Josh Allen. That's when I thought to myself, this could really happen, Marco. When they took Cleveland Ferrell, I started doing the math, and I was like, wait a minute, the Giants could get Josh Allen. I couldn't believe it.
Oh.
Clowney. Yeah, but do you give money for Clowney when you're only going to get Clowney for maybe a couple of healthy years, and you're more than a couple healthy years away? But would you take Clowney at this point? Cheap, 3-year deal. Why not?
And you know what I do once we get Clowney? Who do I wave goodbye to?
Who? Leo?
Bye, Leo.
But they're not going to get rid of him. That's the thing.
You and your $18 million that you're requesting.
They're not going to do it. We need another "we just got Josh Allen" moment this year. We need another. We just got. Someone mentioned Will Hernandez. I loved the Will Hernandez pick. It's very exciting when the guy you're waiting for. That's really amazing. That was the last time that happened. That was Gettleman, right? When the guy you're waiting for is there, and then your team takes him. Like that's what I was robbed of last year. Like this year, I'll be like, oh, if they take it, like Becton or whatever, I'll be like, I wish they would have taken Thomas, but that's okay. In the second round, if Bond is there, I don't think they're going to do it because they're going to be like, well, we have linemen. We want to give a receiver to Daniel Jones, or we want to give a corner. I have no faith that the second round pick will be something that we're happy with. I think it'll be a defensive back or a wide receiver or just something random.
I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know. What do you think the odds are of this draft totally blowing up? Like, technically,
100%. They're already talking about allotting people more time, and how there's going to be like issues if other teams think that they have the right. Well, I'm on the clock now. I'm going to take the guy you didn't take. Like, there's already like all this like bickering shit that's going on or whatever. Defense was horrible. Every damn QB had their way. It's true. And Simmons is a leader. I'll give him that. Oh, by the way, I've adjusted. I got my final big board. And I'm just going to read you my top. I'll read you my top. Well, I was going to do top 32 because of the draft, but you probably don't give two craps. Should I go really fast?
Correct.
You don't give two craps?
Yes.
I got Chase Young, Joe Burrow 2, Okuda 3, Derek Brown 4. It's kind of a toss-up. I got 2 at 5, Jerry Jeudy at 6, CeeDee Lamb at number 7, Isaiah Simmons. I bumped him from 12 up to 8. You're welcome.
He showed you something. Okay.
All right. I got Andrew Thomas as my top tackle at 9, Wills 10. I'll do 20. Ruggs, Wirfs, Kinlaw, Becton, Swift, McKinney, Bond, Jefferson, CJ Henderson, Gross Matos at 20. And I'll finish out whatever. Dobbins, Murray, Delpit, Herbert, Gladney, Queen,
Herbert.
Gallimore, Herbert, 24. Cesar Ruiz, 28. Rieger, Jonathan Taylor, Christian Fulton, and Ross. I always almost slip when I say this name. Blacklock.
What was that name? Sorry.
Blacklock.
Okay, just make.
And then Laviska Chenault after that. Chenault, whatever. That's who I got. So for all you kiddies out there, that's the only list that matters.
Yes, that's what Dave Gettleman is going for.
Dave Gettleman's list is just a bunch of interior defensive linemen. Maybe we're being too hard on them. I'm looking forward to hopefully rewriting this narrative a little bit. I like when I'm brushing my teeth, I just keep having these visions of like with the 4th pick in the 2020 NFL draft, the New York Giants select Chase Young, and me just being like, they really did it. It really happened.
Oh man.
Any chance the Redskins take Tua?
No. I don't think so.
So you think the Giants are going to pick Wills number 4?
Yeah.
You think it's definitely OT?
Mm-hmm.
You okay with that?
Nope.
You want Simmons?
I want, if it's at 4, I don't even think I want. I don't want them picking at 4. That's the major. If they take an offensive tackle at 4, I think I'm gonna be upset, man.
Ooh. All right, let's talk about this. Let's work through this a little bit.
Because you could get any of the offensive tackles below that. Even if it's just a tad bit below it. Get at least one extra pick out of it.
Right. I'm watching highlights and I'm like, geez, this defense was ass juice last year. I understand the need for tackle, but defense is horrible. It's true. If not Simmons, they better snatch Murray or Queen. You're not going to get Murray or Queen. You wouldn't draft them in the top 10, and they're not probably going to be there in the second round. If one of those guys is there in the second round, they should run to the podium. But again, are we getting too many linebackers? I'm really asking an honest question.
We have 35 mid-tier linebackers now.
Right, but all the signing that they're doing of these linebackers, outside linebackers, inside linebackers, this and that, are they really going to draft a linebacker in the top few picks? Like, is it really? I don't know. What are you going to do with these other guys that you just got? That's kind of what I'm feeling like. You got them for a reason. You're going to play them, right? They got 3 linebackers in the offseason, didn't they? Or 2?
Yeah, they got Martinez. They got
right.
The other guy from why can't I remember anyone? It's too late now.
Who, the Packers? Fackrell? Yeah. All right. Bold prediction for the draft.
Bold prediction. Does it have to be Giants?
No.
Yes. No?
Nope.
My bold prediction is the
I got me to yawn.
Giants trade down with the Jaguars and select. That means they get the Yannick and they select.
No, they don't. Yannick is a Raider.
He's not a Raider. It's not a done deal.
It's a done deal.
It's not a done deal. Not until Jay Glazer tells me it's a done deal. That's when
it's a done deal, bro. Once it starts trending on Twitter, that means it's real. It's not trending yet.
Yeah, no.
My bold prediction is that the Patriots end up with Tua. I don't know how.
That's pretty good.
I don't know how it's going to happen. If he drops or if they come up, I don't know how it's going to happen.
That's pretty good. I think they would. Oh man.
I don't think it's going to happen. That's my bold prediction, though. Like that's like my thing that probably won't.
I don't think the Giants are going to trade down to get.
Or Jalen Hurts ends up on a roster somewhere in the first round. New Orleans, Patriots, something. I don't know.
You don't think New Orleans what's his name?
Oh, Channing Tatum, whatever his name is.
No, the other guy.
Taysom
Hill?
I don't know. I guess maybe you're right.
Where did what's his name go? He signed with who? Teddy Bridgewater. Why am I having a mental block?
Bridgewater is with
San Diego? No.
Not Buffalo. Where's Bridgewater? Ask our fans. I'm looking up. I'm bad with that stuff.
Panthers.
I know all about the draft.
Panthers.
There he is.
Thank you, Dame. Well, Dame is the one who sent me the mock draft.
Yeah, you think your friend has more info than mine?
Yep.
Yeah. I got nothing else. 4 minutes to do. Giants and okay, here, I got one right here. Hold up. The last thing I'm going to say is 5 minutes ago from Matt Lombardo. I'll have much more reporting on this in the morning.
He has to go to bed.
But the belief among the NFL executives and agents is that this year more than ever, the Giants have been leaking false information, particularly due to Joe Judge's influence from the Patriots using smokescreens every year. So the Giants are finally learning how to be sleazy. Judge is like, listen, Dave, all you got to do is tell a reporter that you're thinking about taking Justin Herbert.
Let me tell you about Matt Lombardo and his hate of the Giants.
But he's a Giants reporter. He's a Giants beat reporter.
Matt Lombardi?
Matt Lombardo.
Oh, Matt Lombardo. I thought you were thinking, I'm thinking Mike Lombardi.
No, New York Giants
I heard
/
it wrong.
NFL beat reporter.
No. Yeah. I heard it wrong. Yeah, let me show you.
All
what
right.
I was thinking. Yeah, that takes my and goes away with it.
What's up? Anybody got any questions? Because I'm going to bet Jordan Love doesn't go in the top 50. Interesting. Patriots grab Tua. That's what I said. My boy Stan Albert. Either way, it's going to be a very interesting draft. Yes,
Yep.
Finally. Becton looks better than my girlfriend. Okay. Which wide receiver do you think will be taken first? I think Jerry Jeudy is the best wide receiver, but I feel like it might depend on the team. People were talking about if the Raiders are the first team to take a wide receiver, they might take somebody like Ruggs because they like the speed and the inside game kind of thing. I think it'll either be Lamb or Jeudy. Jeudy, I think, is the best. He's the one I would take to answer your question. All right, man.
Wait, hold on. Did he almost say Lions? Wait a minute. Where's Herbert going?
What? Who are you talking to?
Hold on. Pat McAfee show. Let's see.
Who's Pat McAfee?
Before you go here, just who did you do your most interviews with?
Can you hear it?
There are a few teams. I would say probably the Chargers, the Dolphins are probably the two most teams I interviewed with.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm putting together a mock draft right now. You just make it smarter. Ladies and gentlemen, just thank you, man. Good luck, dude. You're going to do great. Enjoy the hell out of this. Before you go here, just who did you do your most interviews with?
We heard it already.
It's on auto repeat.
Yeah, but we know that he's either going to be like the Dolphins or the Chargers. That's not new info.
He almost slipped and said the Lions.
No, he didn't.
That's what the caption is.
All right, my boy Jack hit me with this. The following is a fringy, unconfirmed rumor, so take it for what it's worth. It's from a verified account, Burgundy blog. That's Redskins, I'm assuming. I'm told by a news source with a convincing connection to the Browns that a trade for Trent Williams is, quote, done, with the Redskins expected to receive a third or fourth in 2020 and a second in 2021.
I would have done that.
So they'll have a third or a fourth this year. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, a third and fourth this year. Oh, you mean Leonard Williams? That's what we gave up?
Dude.
God. For half a pressure? Half a sack?
Hey, don't talk about his manhood like that. Dude, I just can't believe that the Giants had to go win that last game of the year last year.
God.
All right.
I can't.
Let's end on a positive note. We're going to end on a positive note. All right. This is the low point for the Giants. This is the low point for the Giants. And we're about to hit, the high point. It's not, they say darkest before the dawn. That's not really true. It's darkest in the middle of the night, and it slowly gets lighter out when dawn comes. But this is going to be the downside. And what's going to happen tomorrow, you know how I feel about Gettleman. And I know how you feel about Gettleman. But and what do I say about Gettleman? Say it before the draft starts.
His favorite is defensive tackles. He plays shuffleboard.
What does he do on draft day?
Makes horrible decisions.
No. What kind of players does he take?
Gretchen's video making all that sounds okay. He selects good players,
But
not the correct ones.
thank you. That's what he does. But tomorrow is going to be different. Let's talk some positive energy into the Giants. Let's massage it in there. First and foremost, the Redskins are going to take Tua. And Detroit's going to trade out of the pick. And the Giants are going to get Chase Young. Put that in there. Okay, feels good. Let's get to a second scenario. Giants are going to trade back with San Diego or Miami. Giants are going to get their offensive tackle of choice, whoever that is. I'll trust their scouts. Thomas or Wills. Thomas or Wirfs. Okay, I think it's going to be Wirfs. And they are going to get Zach Bond in the second round. And they're going to get Cushenberry, Boysenberry with the third round pick that they're going to receive from trading. And they're going to come in with a strong offensive line, a good pass rush, and things are going to be good. Okay?
Sounds great.
Let's make that happen.
Make it happen.
All right?
Done. I keep on forgetting. I think I just punched you in the nuts. I don't even know what happened. All right, everyone. See you tomorrow. I'll try to get on early. Work out all the bugs. Work out all the kinks. Send me a DM if you figured out a way to do it better. And that's it.
Stan knows what I say and goes, pick good players, not right players. Stan's a follower. I love that. All right.
All right, everyone.
Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. What time are we starting up? Do we know?
7.
7-ish. Might have a little panel. Might have some people here.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit of a madhouse. Maybe my boy Jack will grace us with his presence. Marco, you are and you continue to be the man. Thanks for all your healthcare efforts during these
thank you.
redonk times. You do your part by putting your life on the line every day. I do my part by sitting in my boxer shorts and not leaving my apartment.
There you go. Sounds good.
And here we go, man.
Don't stand up when the cameras are rolling, okay?
Oh, you don't have to worry about when I'm talking about the Giants. There's nothing happening downstairs. All right, guys.
with this team
tomorrow night.
With this team
hopefully tomorrow night, when I stand up, it will be highly inappropriate.
All right.
That will be our hope.
Peace out.
It's like Punxsutawney Phil.